Hello everybody, this is Mommy of 9, and I've gotten a lot of questions on how do you make your kids do chores. Well, okay, there's several ways of doing this. There's don't give them a choice, and then there's conditioning. Okay, both of which I do. I get all these parents telling me, oh my god, I can't get my kids to clean their room. I can't get my kids to do the dishes. They won't do anything. Okay, but yet they have their phones and their tablets and their computers and all these things. And I'm like, why do they still have these things if they won't do their chores? And what you need to understand is you're teaching your kids how to be adults. Okay, yes, you can still be their friend, and yes, you can still be a cool mom, or if you really want to, and you can be their friend. You know, I'm my 18-year-old daughter's best friend, but she's been doing chores since she was 5. You know, you can still be a loving mom. You can still have a hard hand, but you know, you have rules. And you explain to them from the age of a young age that they need to do these things because everybody puts into a household. Everybody, you know, takes part in what they're supposed to, you know, takes part in the household duties. You know, you don't get anything for free, and that includes living in a home. Yes, as parents, it's our responsibility to provide them a home, but it is not our responsibility to pick up after every single thing that they do. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over 2 ways of getting your kids to do chores. Number 1 is if your kid is older and you've never made them do chores, how do you get them to do them? Well, you set up a simple chore chart. You sit down, you have a family meeting, and you say, okay, we're going to start doing chores. And you're going to do them. And you don't yell, you don't scream, you don't have a fight. You just say, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to hang up a chore chart. You're going to do the chores that are on the chore chart every single day. And until I check them off and look at them, then they're not considered done. So then they can't come to you later and say, but I cleaned my room, when in fact it wasn't clean, you know, at all. You can say, okay, they come to you and they say, okay, I cleaned my room. You go check it, it's clean, you check it off. Okay. And you tell them, very matter of fact, very point blank, if you don't do your chores, if these things don't get done, I will start taking things away. You will lose your tablet. You will lose your phone. You will lose your computer, your extracurricular activities, your gymnastics, football, whatever it is that they love doing. You start taking it away one at a time. And start off with a day. First offense is they lose it for a day. Second offense is they lose it for a week. Third offense, they lose it for a month. Fourth offense, you take it away and say, I'll give it back when you deserve it. That's what I would do. They might balk, they might throw a fit, they might get mad, but don't yell, don't scream, don't argue. You are the mom. You do not argue with your children. You tell them, this is how it's going to be. You clean your room, you do these chores, or this is going to happen. It's a consequence and reward program. If they, now on the other hand, if they do all their chores at the end of the week, and they have all their check marks, get them something like, say your kid has an iPhone, right? He's been bugging you like for a $4.99 app, and you're like, I'm not buying you this app, it's ridiculous, you know. Buy them the app. Okay, it's $4.99. Buy them up to like a $10 app, or if you can't afford that, then go to the store and get them like a goodie, like, you know, my kids love hot fries or Skittles or something like that, something that's not going to break the bank. And then after they've done it for a month, you up the ante a little bit and you say, okay, I will, you know, we'll go out to a movie, or I will let you go out to a movie with a friend, or you can have a friend stay over, or something like that. You just think about what your kids like to do, and you give them weekly rewards and then a monthly reward. And then, of course, if they do it all year long, at the end of the year, you take your tax return and you get your kids something really special because they've done their chores every single day for a year, which I'm telling you, my whole life of being a mom has never happened, so you probably won't have that happen. Now, if your kids are young, you start conditioning them. At age 5, they have to clean their room, which consists generally of putting their toys away, putting their clothes away, and making their bed. You, of course, for the first month or so, you show them how to do it. You say, come help mommy make your bed. You make their bed, come help mommy put away your clothes. You put away the clothes, explain to them what drawers their clothes in, what cubbies, whatever. And then you say, okay, you're done playing with the toys, you pick them up, put them away. If they don't do it, they get corner time. You see, this is the consequence. If you don't do this chore, you get corner time. Another chore for a young child would be brushing their teeth. Another chore could be maybe setting the table or clearing the table. I would give a 5-year-old, I start 5-year-olds off at just cleaning their room because it gets them used to doing something like that. Gets them used to cleaning and putting things together. Now, at the age of 8, I give them an actual chore. So from 5 to 8, their main chore is cleaning their room. That way they get really good at it. They know where all their stuff goes. They know the pros and cons. They get their rewards. They have their, like, if they don't clean their room every day, then they don't get their goodie at the end of the week. Things like that. And then now if you think your kid is okay to start doing a chore at 6 or 7, you can do it that age too. I start them at 8. They get a chore. They have to, like my 8-year-old son is autistic, so he does chores, but I've started him on just vacuuming his room. Like his room, he has to put away his clothes and make his bed because he shares his room with his brother. So he has to then also vacuum his room. And that is his daily chore. In addition to cleaning his room, he has to vacuum it. Now, when he gets a little older, like 10, I will add in, like, maybe taking out the trash. Or something simple, like wiping down the surfaces of the house, like all the tables, the countertops, the tops of the TV stands, things like that. Things are simple for him. So you take your child and you condition them from the time they're 5 to always want to do chores. And I have my kids at like 3 and 4 going, Mommy, when am I going to get chores? When am I going to get chores? And they get excited about it. Of course, after they have chores for a while, they don't like it anymore. But, it gets them into being raised with having chores. Those are the 2 ways you can get your kids to do chores, and you just don't give them an option. There's no screaming, there's no yelling. They might scream and yell. Now, if you have an older kid who you're trying to get to do chores, who haven't done them before, and you're very point blank and you give them this ultimatum and you say, okay, and you have to take away their tablet and they throw a fit and scream, add a day. So the longer you throw a fit, I'm going to add a day. Okay, you've been throwing a fit for an hour, I'm adding a day. Oh, you've been throwing a fit for another hour, I'm adding another day. And you just stay steadfast in what you're doing. And if you've got into a week of just fit throwing punishment, then you take away something else. Trust me, they will stop throwing a fit and they'll do their chore. Okay, if you have kids that are running away and breaking the law and calling you names and breaking things, then you need to do an intervention of like taking them down to the county jail and having them like spend the night. They do have programs like that you can do for kids that have those kinds of problems. I don't have those kinds of problems, so I can't really advise on that, but I can research it and give you guys another video for that if you have that problem. If you have that problem, comment below and I will actually do a video for you. But those are just my tips on how to get your kids to do chores and start working on it and tell me how it goes. All right. Bye.